And speaking of jail, I have a buddy of mine who got arrested plenty of times. Plenty of times. He only get arrested for drinking while driving. Just keep that in mind, right? It's not so gangster. But I swear to God, you can't tell that nigga anything because he think he's about that life. You understand me? He think he about that life. So I'm like, yo, dude, bro, like you was in jail for drinking and driving, bro. You can't get a straight credit for that. I don't know. Somehow he convinced himself he got a street credit from getting locked up so many times, drinking while driving. Swear to God on everything. He thinks he's about that life. Like, you can't tell me what to do, man. Hey, what's the man? I know the law, bro. Man, F you, bro. Like, I know the law. You can't tell me what to do. And I'm like, all right, bro. Like, sure, bro. You win. So, anyways, speaking of getting arrested and the law and all that, in 2011, I decided to move into South Dakota because my firstborn son was about to come out to this world. Now, South Dakota climate is different from Kansas City. And to just adjust to it, it was a hustle for me. Now, I'm not just talking about like the climate, like weather-wise, like temperatures. No, that's cold. I'm talking about like the people, the things to do out there, and everything. Just moving in from Kansas City to South Dakota. Oof. So it took me time, to kick in and get everything together. Me and mother of my kid, we bump head a lot. She don't listen to me. And I want things to be done, especially like drinking, for instance. You're not supposed to do while you're pregnant, right? We can all agree. You're not supposed to drink while you're pregnant. So she was drinking while she was pregnant. Not every day, but on like, it don't even matter. So I was against that, and I'm always against that, and I would never I wasn't trying to like relax on that either, because I was afraid of what it might do to the unborn. So the drama was real because she want to do what she want to do, and I want to stop what could harm my unborn. Let me drink to that. So we got into a fight. I would say more of an argument. We got into an argument, and she wanted to drink. I said no. She pushed me. I pushed her. She's strong. I ain't gonna lie. She's strong. She can handle. I was skinny, like, dude, like I'm like, I think twice the weight I used to be. Like, I used to be like 160, 150. I don't even pass 160. Today I'm like 200 and some change. So yeah, I was a little bit skinny. So she handled me a little bit. So as I try to acclimate to the environment in South Dakota, me and her bump hate about the drinking problems that she have. I was never a drinker. In South Dakota, there's two things to do. Like, literally two things. People drink from Sunday to Monday, and every day is a holiday, and it's cold as shit. Or you can just go work at John Morrell. That's the only companies available. Everything in between, I don't even know what people do. So we disagree on a lot of stuff, and I don't want her drinking while she having a baby. She was not listening to me, so we got into a verbal altercation. I was talking to her, I was getting loud, she was getting loud with me, she pushed me, I pushed her back, like nothing too physical, because I know she was pregnant. So she pushed me, so I'm like, you know what, I walked off. I went outside just to walk around. A buddy of mine came and picked me up, say, hey man, what's going on? I said, man, look, I'm just frustrated, BM situation. He said, yeah, I know, just come in with me. So I got into the car with him, hopped off, went to his house. As we were chilling, like an hour passed, I got a phone call. I'm like, yo, what's going on? She said, hey, police looking for you. That's her cousin. And I'm like, police looking for me? For what? She was like, your BM. I'm like, all right, cool. Hang up the phone. She gave him the address where I was staying at with homeboy. So they knock on the door. Ding, ding, ding. Went outside. Hey, Mr. Noran. Which one is Mr. Noran? Of course, black people look alike, right? So I popped up and said, what's going on? Put your hand behind your back. I mean, dude, easy. Like, explain to me. What's going on? So it's like, dude, So they locked me up, right? They took me into Minnehaha County. I went in there. I was like, what's going on? So I really need to know. Oh, this is a minor charge for a simple assault on Mrs. Blaza Blaza. She said, oh, yeah, I would like to hear what she said. She said, you hit her in the head. You slammed her head against the refrigerator. You opened the refrigerator, put her head in pot with the refrigerator. The whole time sitting there, I'm like, that's me? And you dragged her on the floor. Apparently, I dragged her on the floor too. Yeah, I dragged her on the floor all across the living room. I don't know how it happened, but they got me on that. So they didn't ask me a question before they arrested me. They really didn't care about nothing but put your hand behind your back, and you're going to either post bond or you're going to see the judge. So I call Unc. I'm like, hey, Unc, I got a situation. I'm like, your niece, she got me here. What's going on? I explained to him. He came and got me like 6 hours later. Now, the reason why I remember it was 6 hours later, because it's my first time getting locked up, and I was scared. So I got out after 6 hours. Came home as usual or normal. I went to my friend's house for 2 days, came back, we're chilling. Everything is normal again, back to normal. So now fast forward, she's now like 7 months and a half, 8 months. Something like that. I can't remember the exact, calculation. That is a party that's been going on. And let me tell you what they say party in South Dakota. A lot of brown liquor. That's what party means in South Dakota. I mean, it literally could be in someone's living room and they call it a party. And they could have this whole table full of alcohol. They call that a party. That's what South Dakota is about. During my time, I don't know if it changed right now or not. So I said, no, you're not going to the party. Like, dude, you're pregnant. You're not going to the party. No, I'm going, we went back and forth on whether or not she's going. She pushed me, I pushed her, she pushed me. And I remember the situation from last time. I wasn't trying to get in trouble. I got in, I left. I left to call my buddy. He picked me up. I swear to God, the next day. Because it was like around 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock. So the next day, the next day, 6 o'clock in the morning, they come in looking for me over my friend's house. She gave them the address, they knock on the door, put your hand behind your back. Now, this is the second time now. Put my hand behind my back, they took me in. I went in, again, what's going on, what's happening? Read me, what's the report? Oh, the report is that you and Miss Blaza Blaza, you guys fought over what? You guys fought, you hit her, you did this, you did this, you did that. Again, bunch of accusations that never took place. So now I was like, I'm going to bond out tomorrow. It is what it is. Now tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, I'm going to bond out in a couple of hours. I called Unc didn't answer. I'm like, maybe it's too early, he's sleeping. I call him again, he didn't answer. Now I'm panicking because now I'm in. For 24 hours, no one have answered me. I think I called my family and let them know my situation because 24 hours, now it's serious. Now I'm in like full panic mood. So as I went to see the judge, guilty, not guilty, prosecutor got up and he said, Your Honor, this man is dangerous to society. This man is very dangerous. He cannot be released out on bond. This is his second strike. Wow. Now, if you don't understand the law and how they really put things in big words to make you sound horrible and to really keep you in, you're in some deep ish. So they, I'm like, I'm having an out of body experience. I'm looking at Mike like, that's me. That's me. I'm dangerous. I'm already been here for 2 days and I want to get out. And now this guy say I can't bond. And you think the judge gonna listen to me? I said I'm not guilty. He gonna say, yeah, you're not guilty, Mr. Noreen. Take him back in. They had to do a preliminary hearing. For those who don't know what the preliminary hearing is, they had to bring in all the evidence in front of a jury, and they have to present the evidence. And if the evidence is strong enough, then they can take you on to a case. Now they have a case. If the evidence is not strong enough, then they don't have a case. So I think within the 3 to 4 business days of the preliminary hearing that's supposed to take place, I met a couple of guys in there, and I'm chatting with these guys. You know how that, like, what are you here for? Oh, this guy said that he punched his baby mom. He was drinking. They got into it. He punched her. And he talking about like her eyes from here to here was swollen big. She's in the hospital. And I'm sitting there like, God, wait. And the other guy said he beat her up. Like he tore her down. Like they got into it and he gave her those hands. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm the only innocent person in here. I didn't do anything. I'm here. I didn't do nothing. So my roommate or my cellmate at that time, my roommate is like, let me have a word with you, young man. And I was like, what's going on? He's a little bit older. I think maybe he's 50s. He's an Indian dude. Like, I think he's hella wise. So he's like, what are you here for? And I explained to him. He's like, hey man, look, you can't protect someone who doesn't want to protect himself. Now, you can be the hero that you want to be, and she gonna call the police on you and get you here, and she gonna do what she want to do. If she gonna have somebody else with her, based on belief, she gonna have somebody else with her. And right now, as I'm talking to you, you don't even know if there's somebody out there with her or not. You're here with me, talking to me about something you so care about. Where she at right now, and where you at right now. Now that put things into perspective. Like I started to think, I'm like, man, this guy makes so much sense. Fast forward, preliminary hearing took place. There's not enough evidence because there's no scars, there's no bleeding, there's nothing. Anything she's saying, she have no evidence of it happening. There's nothing in her body to prove that she been physically hit. So they released me. I went out. I did some research. I was doing some research for like 2 days and found out in the state of South Dakota, I don't know if it's in every state, found out in Google that if someone is abusing alcohol while they're pregnant, you can call the detox center. They will arrest them and they will keep them in detox until the baby comes out. Keep that in mind. Ooh, I'm like, yo, dial the number, call them up. I'm like, yo, is this true? They're like, yeah, you reached the detox center. I'm like, well, I want to report a situation. And so I reported what's going on. 2-hour period. They locked her up. They came and they got her. So she calling me like, hey, baby daddy, why'd you do this to me? This and this and that. And I'm like, I'm trying to help you for the past how many months? All you did is lock me up twice, and I'm not doing this with you no more. You can have the baby and we can fight later, but right now, I'm not doing this. So she got locked up until the baby comes out. Now, the baby's out now. We're in a much better place, understanding. I think the locking up in the detox center got her mind together. She sobered up real good. I think she was in there for a good 3 weeks. She was begging me every day to come and get her out, and I'm like, no, my friend. I give you enough chances. Now you really got to be in there. So fast forward 3 months into the baby life, or 2 months, we went out to go kick it. South Dakota is the most boring place. I mean, you will lose your mind. So we went out to go kick it, and been 2 months, 3 months she's been drinking. I think she drank a little bit. Then she decided to argue with me in the car again. I can't remember what was the argument about. We were arguing. And all what's in my mind is, if he touch her, you're going to go back to jail. And if you didn't touch her, And she called the police to say, you touch her, you gotta go back to jail. So what are you gonna do now? And at that point, I just wasn't having it. I'm like, I'm not gonna go in for a third time. They're gonna lock me up for a long time. And they're gonna charge me with something regardless. And I see some pretty messed up people in there. They did some crazy stuff. I haven't done nothing. So we arguing. The argument got so serious that when we got out the car, I think my mind just like blinked and she was on the floor. Hypothetically. She was on the floor and while she's trying to get her head up at me talking, allegedly someone slapped her on the face. Rah! And allegedly someone just kicked her so bad in the back. Allegedly. I was like, if I'm gonna go in, I'm satisfied now. Now take me in. It is what it is. You can call them. You could do what you want to do. This now happened. You can report on this one. But I'm tired of going in with not doing nothing. So my mind had enough at the shit. But the only time I actually did something, she didn't call nobody. She went home, sleep on it for a couple of days. She was sore. Her body was hurting. And she was in a good place with me. I was shocked. I was shocked that this is like, I thought I was gonna go in. This is serious. But she ain't doing that. She actually started to respect me a little bit more. Like if I say, she would flinch. So, after that, I just couldn't do it no more. I feel like there's so much negative energy that comes out of me. This person is just getting me into my negative place a lot. And I was really afraid for my life that if this person called the police, I'll be locked up for no reason. I'll be serving time for some stupid crime, like something that I didn't even do. So I just decided to pack up all my stuff, put it in my little beat up Chevy Kobo. I think it was small 4-door, I think 2 cylinders, something like that. Small car, white. Packed up everything I had, put it in there, man. And I told her, listen, either you with me, let's go back to Kansas City, or you can stay in South Dakota. That was a decision I chose to make. And I came back. Never went back to South Dakota ever since. Till this day. Thank you for listening, tuning in for more episode. BTN.